And here's a secret that many guys don't know, especially in today's day and age, is that women love nice guys. We may not understand how much we love and appreciate them until we're a little older, and we've gotten that sort of asshole phase out of our systems. I'd say by our late 20s, early 30s is the point in our lives when we're just exhausted by the jerks and we have no time in our lives anymore for them. So we really start looking for men who we know will be great long-term partners, aka nice guys, right? And that's you.
Speak to women with this much respect, and I deplore that. My mother just told me, I grew up, my mother raised me, so I have this much respect for women, and I fight often because of that, and it gives me a lot of friends. I mean, I get a lot of friends, but I get a lot of friends because I have respect for women, ultra respect for women. But then, like I was liking this girl in Tam, and I'm extra nice, extra gentleman. I'm extra just like, oh, you're beautiful and you deserve the best. And she told me I was too nice.
You want to talk to and run to if you have an issue. Just the sweetest guy, very considerate, that you would think women would like. So he asked me, why does he have such a hard time getting women and getting in relationships if he's such a nice guy? He treats them so nicely, he's respectful, he's considerate, he does everything he thinks he's supposed to do to get women to like him and want to be with him and take him seriously. This is what I think. Nice guys, when it comes to relationships, finish last. Don't let any other woman tell you something else. Nice guys in relationships finish last. You want to be the shoulder to cry on, the person that they run to or whatever, the teddy bear. Nobody wants to fuck a teddy bear. They don't.
Wait, what?
Welcome guys to the RP Experience, and today's video is going to be about bad boys and why females choose them. I'm going to have some females, probably will just be one video. I don't want this video to get too long, but I'll have one speak for herself, and pretty much I'm going to go by my own experiences of how I see, while women may say one thing, I see who most of the time you choose. So if it's not money or status, it's usually the bad boy particular thing, which I get it in a way because I have more fun with bad girls, but I can't really trust them because I know how the story goes. The only girls that have ever really played me or hurt me have been those girls that's in between the bad girl and the good girl. Now, what is going on here? Is it a good girl trying to be bad, or is it a bad girl trying to be good? Also, I have to look at most of the girls that I tend to actually attract are either usually pure bad girls or those bitchy, bossy, controlling girls. I guess because it's the opposite attract thing, and because I have more of a laid-back nature, I will tend to attract those types, even though every once in a while I would prefer to date someone that's more along my level personality wise, and I've had that before, but it failed miserably. And I think one of the reasons is she got bored. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to get to our first video about this. This video is more for men, but however, though, I want it to be educational for women because we have a lot of content creators that may be female bashing these days. And while I don't agree with that approach, I think it's needed because, you know, people don't always respond to people being nice and civil to them. Sometimes you have to rattle their cage or either push their buttons in order for them to at least acknowledge is a problem. Then maybe a person like me that's more diplomatic can come along and get a female to see what she's doing wrong. But however, you know, I don't expect this to change too many people, but if there's a couple, especially those of you that are in long-term relationships, that's engaged, about to get married, you know, maybe you can look at yourself instead of just looking at the man. Because I know how society is, men will normally take the blame, and most women will look at it and say like, well, he's not doing what he needs to do. And sometimes that's true, but sometimes you're not doing what you need to do, and sometimes you're both not doing what you need to do. And anyway, let's get to the first video.
Greatest poet of the 20th century, Sir Tupac Shakur. Now there's two clips in here, one of which is going to have to be heavily edited for cuss words, but I'll leave a link to the videos down in the description box down below. But what you're going to see is a fundamental switch and shift as young Tupac, raised by a single mother Tupac, to what Tupac came out to later in his life. Let's watch.
Seen guys speak to women with this much respect, and I deplore that. My mother is just totally. I grew up. My mother raised me, so
you can already see he was a young, talented man. Deplore. Oh, that's a good word. That's a good word. All right, deplore that. All right. Now notice this thing as we go through these videos as well. Notice his body language as well. Don't just take the words and, you know, just say, oh, okay, well, yeah, he was this way at one point in his life and then he became this way. Take a look at the body language, the way that he's expressing himself. Someone said there's a lot more feminine characteristics in his body language as well. And a lot of the information that you see on the internet that directs information to men for dating is you have to be keen on the feminine characteristics that you are taking into these dating relationships, because women will not respect it. They don't. But they don't teach young men that early on in life when they're dealing with women. Okay? But I digress. Let's move on.
this much respect for women, and I fight often because of that. And it gives me a lot of friends. I mean, I get a lot of friends, but I get a lot of friends because I have respect for women, ultra respect for women.
Wow, that's me.
But then, like I was liking this girl in town, and I'm extra nice, extra gentleman. I'm extra just like, oh, you're beautiful and you deserve the best. And she told me I was too nice. Oh, I couldn't believe it. Oh, it wouldn't work because I was too nice. That was the ultimate stab in the back. So I went through a week of just going, forget it, I'm just gonna be like them, because they seem to get the girls, and they call girls the B word.
Eventually. Grown up Tupac, okay? Now what he said, I gained a lot of friends, and he was saying with these kind of like weird mannerisms we're having, I gained a lot of friends. And notice his voice as well. It's very, very high frequency as well. It's very soft. It's very gentle. And he said, I don't want to be like them, but he said, I gained a lot of friends. You gained a lot of friend zones, okay? You gained a lot of friend zones, okay? That is what he's saying. And he said, but I don't want to be like them. And it's like, his logic is like, damn, I'm seeing how the ones that I want are interacting with the dudes that my mother told me not to be like. Now listen, at the end of the day, I think there's a balance that you can strike, okay? The men that my mother told me not to be like, don't be like those, Junior. Okay, don't be like those. And looking at the women, fawn over these type of dudes. He had a logical conniption, is what Tupac is highlighting. I don't want to be like them. You heard him. He don't want to be like that shit. Most of the people, most of the men in the red pill sector don't want to be red pill. We do it because of y'all. That's why. That's why. There's a lot of us that would love to go back to our blue pill fantasies. White picket fence. She respects me and loves me for me, all right? She won't leave me if I lose my job. She won't. No, Jessica. She would never leave me. She would never. She said that she loves me. She said that she loves me. All right? Now, what we have here is years later, right? A multitude of women later, where Tupac is now red pill. Let's go in there.
Bitches ain't shit.
Uh-oh.
We don't learn them hoes.
Uh-oh.
Like that. I feel as though it really ain't as big as everybody make it. You know, even the females know it's. Females don't even hang with females. You know what I'm saying? So why would they expect them to understand something they don't understand? You know what I'm saying? That's one. Two is that these is like boss. She out there handling her business. She ain't saying, why you call me bitch? She clowning, you know, and that's what you do. That's how you show and prove. But no, you're gonna fuck with her. If you call yourself a bitch, who can call you a bitch? You need to stop giving these all the attention. That's why niggas is dying now. When these hoes get horny, stop. Hoes get horny, stop. Watch. Every time. Every funeral you go to, it's a that was horny the night before. So you need to start checking these bitches, keep your dicking. Niggas need to go back to the OG penitentiary days and start jacking off. Because if you don't, you're going to end up killing each other. We're going to all die. We got to start saying, these bitches, man. If you with a cool female, that's all good. But if you with a bitch, you need to break her ass and shake her ass.
Hold on. I don't mean to laugh. Jesus Christ.
That video was excellently done by MTR. Mediocre tutorials. There will be a link below. But I love his commentary on Tupac's transformation. And as you see, he had a mom. He was raised to respect women. And he gained a lot of friends. You know, as I have a lot of female friends. I know a lot of women. I do go on dates though. That's probably a difference. But then again, I'm like older, so I have, I guess, some of the things that females will still go for. But when I was younger, I struggled a lot with females. But see, that's what I was raised to be. And I didn't really get any real heartbreaks. And I don't have it in me to make that switch to someone that's that cold and calculating. Now, I wish I did sometime, because some of the females I came across, I know that's how you will have to be with them, because otherwise they would run all over you, you know, or either just ignore you or something. And that's something, I guess, see, while I do want to say that females, well, you need to take accountability for the men that you are picking, especially when you are younger, you know, and especially if you having babies with them and you know they're not going to be there, or you know that they're not going to amount to anything, you know, and then blame on men because you are picking the men. And sometimes I understand maybe you don't have too good of a list to pick from, but you women that are very attractive, you have to pick the litter. You are kind of like a man that's like, that has like 6 figures or either a couple $1 million. whereas he could choose between a bunch of women. Now, of course, though, his looks will play somewhat of a part in there, but with women, you can pretty much pick the guys that you want. And of course, though, it can be hard because you're getting overloaded, because you're getting a bunch of girls, a bunch of guys coming at you. Well, girls too, just in case you're bi. So, I get that now, and that's something I didn't know, because sometimes I used to take it personal when a woman doesn't respond to my text message or something. Now, if we're dating, there's no excuse for that, or if we're in a relationship. But if I'm trying to holler at you or court you, as they like to say, I know that you are getting a lot of guys in your DM. So, I'm lucky if you happen to see mine, if you get like hundreds, because how many of you are going to rifle through that? Anyway, I don't want to get hung up on this. Now I want to get to the next video where a girl is at least honest enough. I have other videos of that, but I like hers because hers is short, to the point. She tells guys, how you should rather be with dealing with women or pursuing women. So, let's look at that.
You want to talk to and run to if you have an issue. Just the sweetest guy, very considerate, that you would think women would like. So he asked me, why does he have such a hard time getting women and getting in relationships if he's such a nice guy? He treats them so nicely, he's respectful, he's considerate, he does everything he thinks he's supposed to do to get women to like him and want to be with him and take him seriously. This is what I think. Nice guys, when it comes to relationships, finish last. Don't let any other woman tell you something else. Nice guys in relationships finish last. You want to be the shoulder to cry on, the person that they run to or whatever, the teddy bear. Nobody wants to fuck a teddy bear. They don't. You hear women cry and complain, oh, my boyfriend treated me so bad. Oh, how can he do this to me? Oh, he's with that other girl. Oh, I hate his shit. And they complain and bitch and moan. But who are they going to bed with that night? The same bad guy, right? Are they going to bed with you, the guy that call that they can call and say, "Oh, he's treating me so badly. Oh, could you come over and talk to me?" You're not getting the ass. You are not getting the drawers. You basically become the girlfriend to her. Who the hell wants that shit? If you want to get the drawers, especially at a young age, you got to learn to not be the nice guy. I'm not saying be a complete dick and treat women badly and rough or whatever. But be more on that side than being the nice shoulder to cry on. You never get any ass that way at a young age. The only time that works out for you is when the women get older, they done been ran through, guys have treated them poorly or whatever, and they start to appreciate nicer guys. They start to say, okay, oh, I don't want that again. Oh, I remember how he made me cry and this and that. Sometimes, even still when they get old, they still like that abusive shit. So, at least when you're younger, be on that side. The nice guy is not going to get you anywhere with the majority of women. Now, you do have some women who like nice guys, and you do have some women, but most women do not appreciate that shit. It's the honest truth. I know women are going to say, no, you're the kind of woman who make us all look bad, and that's why the guys, no, just look around. A lot of the nicest, sweetest girls are with the not so good guys. They like that hard shit. They like that. They don't like the nice guy, that holds their hand and let's go drink some coffee and talk about this. And oh, did you read that book? No, you're not getting no ass like that. I'm just keeping it real. Any kind of woman, any race of woman around the world, they like more of the bad guys to give the ass to. You know what I'm saying? When they get older, they might learn their lesson. But when it's time to be sexually attracted, and if you want a piece, if that's your goal, you just want to get some ass, then I suggest not being the teddy bear. Like I said before, nobody wants to fuck the damn teddy bear.
Wait, what?
See, this is something I've always known. but I never actually heard a woman say it, until the last couple of years. And I've heard quite a few say it. So basically, she finds those qualities more exciting, more entertaining, more of a turn on. And as I said before, I get it in a way because bad girls usually are more attractive. They put more pride in how they look. They know how to manipulate you with sex, and usually you know what they're doing, but you kind of like it as a guy. But as I say though, if I was dating, straight party girls or strippers or, girls that's out in these streets, then I can't really blame anybody because I'm choosing those girls to go out with. And if they're burning me, then fine. But it's those that are pretending or acting like they're wifey material, those are the ones. And I'm pretty sure those guys that morph into the guy that you think he is are probably the worst kind of guys you can come across. But especially when you are younger, between that 18 to 26, even 30, I notice that those are the men that a lot of you go for. And hey, do what you want to do if that makes you happy. However, do not blame all men for your choices, because you are choosing that. I'm talking to the women right now. You are choosing that. For men, you see what she's going for. You feel like you're being picked over. Don't worry about it. Well, I know it's hard right now, but especially if you're like younger or something, just work on yourself. Work on your money. Go to the gym. Get your career and stuff in order. Then, when you get a little older, then you can have your pick of women. Now, if I was you, like if I built myself completely up, and making a certain amount of money, I'm not going to settle for women that are below what I'm looking for. And that can be various things. Like one of my big things is like a bad attitude. It's all right for a girl to be angry or something, but don't be taking out your past relationship stuff out on me and being aggressive and violent and trying to demean me or embarrass me, so that you can, because you could not get back that dude that did you dirty, you're going to take it out on the next guy. I never agreed with that, and guys do that too. So, and I believe what comes around goes around. Then, unless if you have no conscience, then it seems like it takes forever for it to come back to you. But eventually it does, because eventually you're going to be older, or you're not going to have as much money, and then you're going to wonder where the good people are, or the people that love you is at. So I think that's, and one more video going to be, because this one is amusing. So let's look at this one.
And here's a secret that many guys don't know, especially in today's day and age, is that women love nice guys. We may not understand how much we love and appreciate them until we're a little older, and we've gotten that sort of asshole phase out of our systems. I'd say by our late 20s, early 30s is the point in our lives when we're just exhausted by the jerks, and we have no time in our lives anymore for them. So we really start looking for men who we know will be great long-term partners, aka nice guys, right? And that's you.
Please.
Now this video I saw on Coach Greg Adams' channel, and it's hilarious. But however though, it shows something. I'm going to be talking about this subject again because there's another video I could share, but I'm not going to use this one right now. But for the girls that party and you hook up with all these bad guys or something, I guess if you manage to not get kids from this guy and then have these high expectations when you get into your next relationship, because that's kind of unfair for the other guy, depending on if you just have one kid. But most of the time I hear females complain they have multiple kids. There's nothing wrong if you have a kid. It's just that you just have to realize that for the guy that you are dating, he's now taking extra risk now, you know, because he might have kids with you, might not have kids with you. He might spend, years with you and not get anything to pass his legacy on, and also because of the trauma you suffered from that past relationship, you're going to somewhat damage that kid. Oh, and there's one thing I kind of forgot. Men do play a role, well, fathers play a role in their daughters picking these guys, because a lot of times I notice when girls pick like bad guys, aggressive guys, thugs, hoodlums, Pookie and Ray Ray, those kind of guys, it's usually because they have a bad relationship with their dad. And usually their dad has some of these qualities that they're picking in those dudes, whether the father's really mean to them, dismissive, always putting them down, controlling, that kind of stuff there. So as fathers, you have to be better with your daughters. I know it's rough if you get a divorce and then maybe you can't see your daughter, or maybe they move far away, or maybe because of your work it's hard for you to be in her life as much. But make the extra effort, because you are her first example of the man that she's going to eventually fall for and be in a relationship with, you know. So anyway, I think that's pretty much it. I hope we learned something here, and I'm going to explore the bad girl thing, but as I said, I didn't want this video to get too much longer. So thanks for viewing. Hit the like button, subscribe. You know, I figure subscribers going to be kind of slow, like starting out, but I guess the more videos I do, it will snowball. So, you know, and yeah, because I'm going to try at least do 2 videos a week, and then try to like pump that up or something, and I'll just see where this go. That way I can get a lot of stuff off my chest and give my perspective on stuff, because I know sometimes I share videos on social media, but it's not always exactly how I think, but it is along the lines of what I'm thinking. But that way you can hear from the horse's mouth or something like that. And I know for some of you this is going to be something hard to hear, but I'm trying to be honest with the women that I know, and the men. That way you can when you approach these relationships, you can make better choices, and that way you won't be you won't set yourself up to fail as much, you know. So that's it. Okay guys,
I'll see you later. Out.
I still wanna run to you. Am I breaking through? Do you feel me too?
Pando made it.
I still wanna run to you.